What's up, YouTube? Thanks for tuning back in. Chase Games here, and today's video is my personal guide to the arena. So for those of you that know, I'm not a huge fan of arena. I don't like it that much. I usually give up after the first time I screw up in a week, which is pretty often. This video is aimed more towards newer players, okay? To try to let you know what you do and don't need to worry about in arena, and just kind of give you the gist of how it works. If you started during the 6-month anniversary or after, you're probably only autoing 60s. First of all, or even maybe you even have to manual them. First of all, don't worry about that, okay? Honestly, getting Halberd Source from the shop seems like a huge thing at first, okay? And it's important. He's really good. But you're only losing a little bit of progress compared to somebody that goes up and autos, can get perfect 128s and things like that. I mean, let's look at the rewards, okay? If you can do enough of the 80-point tier matches in a week, which is very easy the first day, and then after that it's a bit of luck. If you can get a couple of high scores in the 80-point rounds, you can get all or most of the master requirements. I know when I just auto 60s all week, I usually get master 4. And I don't care. But I mean, even if you don't, you're missing out on 65 coins, maybe 85 if you can't even get to master 4. And then a lot of the coins are in the ranking rewards. If you are not a long-term player or you have a dedicated proper arena team, and by that I mean like the right units and stuff, like you knew what you were doing and or you got lucky, etc. Because there are free-to-play players that do really well in arena in low spending. It's not just for whales. By far, it's not. Also, those really good free-to-play players came in with knowledge from Japan. They knew what units to use. They knew which units to go for awakening copies for, etc. So that's also another thing of my video. I have a lot of respect for Tropical Visions. He's been kind enough to join my chats and do a couple episodes with me. But some of the advice that he gives or that other players will repeat for him revolves around him having an arena team. One, if you do not completely base your account around arena, which I don't think most players should, it really isn't worth it unless you find arena to be the most fun, then you will not have one dedicated team. You will have multiple members that are equally strong, but better in certain situations against different units. So I'm going to touch on that a little bit. Anywho, what I'm getting at is the top ranks, really, this is just kind of something not to worry about. Notice the difference between ranks here. Like, you know, you're talking about 50 coins to 100 coins. If you've not been playing for months and or very good, tactically minded, a great arena team, you're not even looking at the top 500. Definitely not the top 100, where the prize, really start getting up there, an extra 100 a thing. If you can make the top 1,000, I don't really know how hard that is. You're probably doing 80s all week for that. I think I got 3,600 for a pretty bad week, but it was like 80% autoing 60s. I think that was 3,600. You're going to get 140 coins for that. If you can get like top 500, you're only getting another 110 coins, okay? And let's look at the shop really quick. Okay, so again, there's Halberd Source. He is very good. The first I mean, this is obvious, okay? I've already bought mine. I have to scroll all the way down to see it. The first copy is 2,000, and then each awakening copy comes at costs 800 a piece. But let's look at him real quick. Okay, I actually have to go to my party list for this. He is worth getting and maxing out. Don't worry about orbing him until he's at least awakening 1, 2 or 3 more likely. Also, don't be afraid to get armor along the way, depending on your box and your playstyle. Anyway, there is something that you can check out. Normally, okay, we start taking it for granted, and this is how you can tell how many awakening copies something needs. You take it for granted that a gacha unit takes 5 copies to fully awaken, and then a farmable one takes 40. Well, this one takes 10 copies. Okay, if you haven't figured it out, when they say 10 points, that's one copy. One copy, one crystal is always worth 10 points. So when you fully awaken a gacha unit, each awakening copy is worth 10 points. They just max out at 50. You know, farm units are 400 points, okay, etc. But yeah, so the first 2 copies will each get you Awakening. Okay, so you buy the first one for 2,000. You're going to get Awakening 1 for 800. You're going to get Awakening 2 for 800 additional. So 3,600 total there. Okay, then it jumps up to 2 for 3. Another 2 only for 4. And then the 5th Awakening takes 4 copies. Okay, so don't be upset. It's going to take you a little bit longer for that. But, I mean, what do we usually get? Probably... you can look at getting 400 to 500 medals a week. I don't really add the math up that well on it. The other thing, the armor, I probably can't look at that. I needed to bring that up in my other thing. Anyway, it is the best S-rank armor. Or it's the best armor in the game, I'm fairly certain. There's better ones for casters if you want to go for wisdom and stuff like that. I don't think any of the A-rank armors are better. I do think it is the best armor outside of needing some kind of status condition resistance. Anyway, some people will say it's not a big deal. Here's the thing, okay? Like Halberd's, for example, might make a bigger difference to your arena team, but that S-rank armor will also make one of your units a little bit stronger on, with very few exceptions, every single fight in the game. Every single one. Okay? If it's giving you an extra, I don't know, 30 HP and 20 defense, I don't know if it's quite that much, but... I think it has physical resistance too. I forget. I'm not good enough to actually check beforehand. Okay. You're getting that extra better than any other armor, again, on every single fight. And there's teams where one of your units can't equip it. At least one of your units can't equip it. It's pretty rare. So, anyway, let's go back here. Now, this is something that goes against the popular advice that comes from, you know, the arena greats that build and focus on one team. Okay, they pick their opponent based on, you know, what their team can take on. But honestly, that's there's a bit of lack of the draw. Parafusion's probably bragging about how well he did. I'll check in with him later. Anywho, if you have a diverse box, you know, you've got 10, 12, whatever S ranks to, it's really about what you have to S6. So newer players, you probably do only have one arena team, because there are some units that are terrific in PvE that you would never want to bring to an arena match, or just don't go nearly as well. I love Dragonlord. I think Dragonlord is one of the best PvE units, depending on the fight. Okay, if it's, you know, if you're going against a boss, especially if it is a Frizz unit weakness, anything with a Frizz weakness, Dragonlord's the best unit in the game. But in arena, I hate him in arena. He's just got that Frizzle. That's the only thing that he can hit with on turn 1. So anyway, let's look. So I like to pick my opponent first, and I try to stay a Stark. You can probably take on a Stark if you have something that he's weak against. I don't even remember what that is. If he doesn't have an Awakening copy. I think it's more about like a tier list of what not to take on. Don't mess with... I mean, first of all, anything that's like fully awakened, like try to stay away from teams like that. There are exceptions, obviously, but a Stark with even one Awakening, try to avoid that, okay? You have to play around that. He can be very strong. Because when you're trying to aim high in arena, if you're going for 128s, if you want to make that top 100 or whatever, a loss, and I don't mean like a round loss, I mean like a unit loss, is basically unacceptable. You have to play optimally. And if you don't feel like antagonizing over every single move in arena, that's like another tip, warning, etc. Doing well in arena means taking your time. Yes, you get easy matches sometimes. Even those, you need to be careful. Okay, you could have, like, I don't know, your opponent has a Hades Condor. That's a good unit to see in arena. He doesn't do anything. But sometimes, alright, in the right situation, that unit will fly back and kabuff himself, or something like that. So he posed no threat to you, but now you're going around 3, okay? That's 4 points, just because you didn't plan properly in what was supposed to be a really easy battle. Also, I mean, don't take things for granted either. We all Zoma is a great unit example of a unit who has an odd AI in Arena. If he can't kill something, he will use Frigid Breath, okay, over Psy Cannon or Glacial Doom. But a lot of people put buff on their Zoma, largely for the Orochi battle. If he has nothing to hit, he will generally, I don't know if it's every time or not, he will generally retreat and cast buff on himself. That could mean round 3 for you, okay? Also, he's strong enough. He comes with, like, a problem I've seen whenever anybody uses Dragon Lord, they put him in the back row. Can't kill him the first turn, but you do get a unit within his kill range for the end of the round, and he will one-shot it. I have to imagine Zoma can do the same thing if you don't kill him round 1 after retreating. So anyway, you just always have to be careful about your range. So anyway, units that you want to avoid, a Stark with Awakenings, okay? Sorrow, not great to see, but if you have, you know, Frizz melee, Frizz breath users, what's his other weakness? I don't remember. Frizz and Crack. Okay, so if you're running Killing Machine, I don't like Killing Machine, but if you have him, he'll probably take him out pretty easily. Crack, honestly, it is not really big on me for Sorrow. I didn't awaken my Killing Machine, and obviously Zoma can't hit him, so that's really all the relevant Crack damage. Anyway, Sorrow is something to watch out for. It depends on your team. If you have a mostly physical team, Sorrow might not be a big deal. Keep in mind he can still do some big damage. Nera is usually no issue at all. Elena can be... Okay, you got to be careful with Elena. I really looked down on her for a while. She's a bad unit to bring, okay, because she's going to get killed. But she's got a decent chance to crit. And even if you stay away from her on round 1, she'll just sit there. And then round 2, she's probably going to go first. She's very fast, okay? And then once you've awakened your, advanced your team, she'll come in and she'll use Trailblazer on like 1, 2, or 3 of them. She can finish something. She can do a lot of damage with that attack. So, I don't say to avoid Elena, but give her a heavy defense unit to bait her with, and then don't. That's another thing. When I don't take her seriously, sometimes I don't finish her off the first round, and I pay for it almost every time I do that. Finish her off, okay? So yeah, be careful with her. Bianca. Bianca's pretty fast and can do zap damage. I know during Zap Week, she surprised me when she just one-shot my Zoma. I don't know about normal weeks. But yeah, anyway, I don't really care about Bianca that much as an opponent. But do be careful if you're bringing Zoma. Maybe don't put your Zoma right in front of her. And that Zoma is a pain. It depends on your team, though. If I just found out the hard way, I think it's only a 1 or 2 awakened Zoma can one-shot my fully awakened White King. So be careful there. But again, if Zoma can't one-shot something, he's really not that big a deal because he'll use Frigid Breath. So then you're going off RNG, but still, it's better than taking a Glacial Doom or a Psy Cannon usually. But Royal Reptile is a great unit to take him out. Slann. Slann is a terrific unit to take him out, although I don't think he can usually one-shot. But anyway, I try to, just in general, try to avoid casters. Although that's gotten pretty hard now. Let's, for anybody that's completely new, okay, obviously there's a button down here, Shuffle. You will be presented with 6 different teams, and you can shuffle through. And then it will cycle, okay? You don't have to worry about passing on something like, oh, maybe I can do this, but maybe I can do better. Weaker, get a weaker opponent. It cycles back, okay? I remember we were all worried about that, like, the first day. Okay, so this team, this is not something I'd be crazy about. There's the Helbridsaurus and True Form. Not the scariest things, but you do have to be careful about them, okay? They can do about half of your team's they can do about half a unit's health bar if you're not resistant to them. If you take that from both of them, that can put you in trouble. Like, obviously, the thing is, the strategy is you don't want to lose one single unit. These guys both move 3, and then they have that big cone attack that is range 3. So, besides being able to damage like most of your party, possibly finish anything off, if you're bringing your F-rank Ghost or something, or even just any weak unit, you got to be careful that they're not sniping that from the background, from the back. That's it's a lot of range. Let me see. Sly and Hard's usually pretty easy for me to take out. Most melee cast users really aren't a problem. Kirill, worthless. I might take on this team if I had to choose. Yeah, especially an Unawakened White King. That's an easy thing to take out. If you got Sorrow, he's probably really good there. Let's see. Any other things I'm missing? Yeah, see, this is not a team I want to take on. This Sorrow Fully Awakened, or, well, 4 stars, is quite a threat. And then a Stark, even with 1 Awakening. Now, this guy is 97. Maybe he's not too bad. What's he weak to? I forget. Like I said, I should know. Make sure you always check this, okay? Sizz and Bang. So depending on your team, maybe you're fine taking on a Stark. The problem is the best Sizz, well, the Sizz user that everyone has for Arena, Halbert-Saurus, for the most part. I don't know exactly how it works out, but you're probably going to do half, 2/3 of his life bar with Halbert-Saurus, and then all you're going to do is buff his strength up, and then he's going to pop his heal that he gets with his first awakening, so then he's going to be a buffed up, very strong physical attacker coming after you. He'll probably one-shot something if you allow him to get that heal off and buff him once or twice. So, again, be very careful of a Starks when they're awakened, even unawakened. Okay. There's one other thing. I don't know if this is the last thing. The next thing that came to my mind, okay, this is a huge thing, okay, absolutely huge. Now, there are teams here that I wouldn't be too afraid to fight, but I think I could do better. I think there are weaker opponents out there. That's a fact. There are weaker. Okay, I've done my 3 matches today. Perfect today. 2 days of perfect. Although the first day is pretty easy. Now, you see I got that warning there. This isn't going to count. That's exactly why I'm doing it. I don't know if you guys have figured this out on your own. It's not rocket science, but I will make you go through this very slow thing while I show you exactly what's going on. And, yeah, I mean, I could go and... You know what, let me just show you guys a match. Alright, I did not mix up this team at all. I probably want that there. How much HP do you have? 736. I think I can take you out. Otherwise, that Elena could really hurt me. You know what? We're not going to do that. What are you weak to? You're very weak to Zap. Okay. You know what? I'm going to showcase him here, because I think it won't matter for him. I want him to bait the Elena. Alright. Yep, this is what I want. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's an error in the background there. Okay. Yeah, it's gonna go about the same way. Okay, this is what I want. I didn't need to move that White King up. He's gonna be blocked by the pole anyway. See, I was just telling somebody that they were showing me their team that they were gonna take on, and I'm like, I made you. I talked you into a max awakening, or sorry, max ranking. S6ing, your Nightclubber. Alright, this is an example of why he's so good. That Trailblazer, by the way, if you missed it, that was 134 damage. Let's look at this, Elena. Alright, she is at least 1 awakened because the attack 15% up is her first boost. She's got 475 attack with that boost. Okay. Trailblazer's only at +5. Okay, that's a scrub. I'm teasing, but seriously, get that up there if you're bringing that to Arena. But here's the thing, a maxed out, fully awakened Nightclubber has 700 defense. Okay, you take this 475 attack. Alright, it's that time of the video. Let's bring up the calculator. Okay. 475 attack, you take half of that. Let me just do that. 237.5. Alright, minus 700 divided by 4 is 175. Alright, so you got 62.5. This ability is in this example, it would go up to 370. Okay, this is a 312% multiplier. Times 3.12. Okay, 190 times 0.7 for Arena. Wow, that came out exactly. 136 damage. Which is basically nothing. For Trailblazer? Trailblazer can mess things up. That's why I didn't put my White King over there. Because I think that Trailblazer may have one-shot my White King. If that unit had that ability to level 10 or even 8 or 9, that would have been a one-shot. Alright, so, anyway. This is not a fully... Okay, this is only level 96, so... Normally, my White King won't take out an Awakened Zoma, so we got lucky here. Oomph. Okay, so the AI is not always smart, although don't underestimate them. Alright, what do we want to do here? Probably... I really get in trouble, like I said, I really get in trouble when I don't take Elena seriously, so let's get a hit there. Okay, I can't take her out anyway. Oh, I could have if I really tried. Let me see. She's only going to have that target there, so let's do this. Yeah. So I knew that wasn't going to be a lot of damage there. Oh, that was close. Okay, but see, it even won Awakening there. He got that big heal back. Now, I do need to be careful with Bianca here. I know she can move 2, and her range is 2 on her attack, I'm pretty sure. So, can she hit the... Okay, he resists, and... Yeah, you're resist. So she's not going to do anything there, really. I guess I actually want Zamel here. So let's do this. Okay, yep, perfect. Alright. Okay. Another thing here, alright, when you're in, like, round 2, okay, that's obviously we're aiming for round 2 for max points. Okay, sometimes the strongest hit isn't always the best. Now, I think it is here, but, okay, don't forget to take out the units in the back, okay? Yeah, no, this is great. This is really convenient, but you don't want to be in position where maybe you have 1 or 2 units left to attack in the round, but they can't reach the back, okay? So be careful about that. So we're going to take this out here, and this should be an easy cleanup now. Alright. Yep, we got 2 units here. And, alright, since this is a Chase Games video, of course, my advice is to just finish it on auto. Okay. By the way, that's an example of his damage, okay? Night Clubber. Alright. Not great, but, alright, when you've got that big cone attack doing 300 to 350-ish damage to every, well, 2, 3, 4 units, nothing to laugh at, especially when he takes care of units like Elena like that. Honestly, I've come to the realization he may be the counter to Elena. And he's still going to help a whole heck of a lot. Alright, so now, why did I go into that match? Not just to show you guys, it was just unintentional. Let me see. Now, this is not a bad fight. I'd probably be happy to have that tomorrow. Yeah, watch out for Slime Queen there. But yeah, that's an unawakened Helbertsaurus, so he's not going to do... He's still something to worry about. But, you know, another thing to is when you're just looking at a team, always just come here to this. Baramos is not too much to worry about. At level 100, I could probably take him out with Zoma. 102 on the Dragon Lord, 1 Awaken, Glacial Doom is going to take him out too. Elena, again, I will bring Night Clubber again. And just make sure to take him out at only level 101. You know, in a Stark, or just a couple of attacks from units that can't hit anything else in the front row that turn will go. Again, level 100 Helbertsaurus with no awakenings. He's going to go down to 1 Glacial Doom. And then Queen Slime, I think this Queen Slime will definitely go down to 1 Kaswish if your White King is strong enough. Oh, another tip. Okay, something like if you have heard this someplace else. It's generally like a gold advice. You don't need level 9 and 10 abilities. If you care about Arena, okay, if you do, that is wrong. wrong, 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 wrong. Okay, it didn't happen here, but honestly, sometimes it happens every single day in Arena where I have a unit standing with single digit HP. And this is not like, oh, Chase, that happened to you like once or twice. No, it's like a regular thing that you go to round 3, okay, you lose points, or you lose a unit on the crackback from an opponent living and then hitting you, okay, when they have single digit HP, maybe 15 or 20, okay? Something that one ability level would have done. Level 8 compared to level 10 is going to leave a lot of stuff alive that you could have killed. And that comes with Awakening copies too, okay? That's the same thing, but you can't really control Awakening copies. But if you do have 3, 4, 5 units that you always bring to Arena, your heavy hitters, your Zomas, Sorrows, the Starks, etc., okay? Get that shit up to 10, okay? Yeah, it's expensive. Yeah, you're going to have to devote some time to it during Tome Week. It is worth it if you care about scoring high in Arena. Okay, back to the point I've been trying to make for like 10 minutes now. Why did I do that? Now, I am kind of happy with this team, but let's come here. Okay, I can keep doing this reset until I find an easy team. Now, if I do it long enough, I could find something that's CP like 15,000. I guarantee it. And I probably, maybe I will later. Okay, this is not a terrible team to take on. Yeah, that might actually be very easy, Leo, there. That's a pretty easy team. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at this one. Honestly, the only thing that makes me want to choose one of the other teams is that so much here relies on crack weakness. Oh, more units to avoid, I forgot, is troll teams. Okay, there are some people that are just assholes, or these children that have this idea that you should have a defense team. What's a defense team? The last team that you use in Arena is what other players will face if they come up against your team. Okay, so there are teams that will do pretty badly offensively, but, okay, are terrible to take on because they will just waste time. They will go to rounds 3, 4, 5, or maybe they're defensive units designed to maybe not win, but take out 1 or 2 units, okay? So I will, with very few exceptions, never ever take on a team with King Shislime. If you get hit by, what is it, Blowaway, Headstrong, whatever it's called, the one that blows everything back, you're not finishing round 2. You're not completing it in 2 turns, okay? If you take a Blowaway shot, all right, round 1 on 2 or 3 units, you're done, okay? You're going to round 3, maybe 4. Just don't mess with King Shislime, and if you do, maybe it's such an easy team, okay? Watch what you put in front of it, and or prioritizing taking it out first turn. You literally can't let it have 1 attack. Ragnar is another one to be careful about because, let me see. What's his second weakness? It's something I never worry about, so it's probably like Zam. Yeah. So not as bad now that we have a Stark, but be careful. Fully Awakened, level 100, this guy has a lot of HP. White King can't take him out 1 turn, even if everything on him is absolutely maxed, okay? So be careful with Ragnar. He really doesn't do that much damage. He will do a respectable amount of damage, but he's not going to one-shot anything outside critting. But, yeah, King Bubble Slime. This is something that Tropical taught me that I very quickly learned on my own, or maybe while he was with me. Any team on it with King Bubble Slime is also a troll team. So when you start seeing certain troll units or defensive units, just stay away from that team. It means they're going to be positioned in the back row. Maybe they could have abilities that will screw with their normal actions or whatever. Like I said, Zoma with buff. Now that's just a PvE thing, but in Arena, okay, it ends up with him retreating and casting buff on himself, which can make him, well, a little bit harder to take down, but it just means that you're not going to take him out turn 2 or 1. But yeah, so if you see 1 or 2 troll units in a team, stay away from it. Anything with Armored Scorpion or Stone Golem, don't. Don't think, well, I've got White King, okay, I can take that Stone Golem out. No, they're going to put him in the corner. All right, you're not going to be able to hit him until round 2, and he's going to cover up for, you know, a Zoma or something like that. So while, even if you can take out that golem, okay, before or immediately after, you're going to get blasted by an extremely strong caster and lose at least one unit. Never take on anything with cover or selflessness. Okay, King Bubble Slime, always a troll team. King She Slime, there's probably one or two others. Even Ragnar is something that a lot of people like to avoid. Again, just be careful with him. Don't for the most part, you're not going to one-shot Ragnar, or you need to be extremely strong to do it. Don't look down on him just because he's an A rank. He has a buttload of HP. Let's see. Other things. I think I've gone over a lot. A lot of it's just rambling. Okay, this is mostly for new players. But yeah, I mean, don't. If you care about Arena, get your abilities up. If you have not made sure to go after only Arena units on banners, okay? If you're not like Tropical and saving a buttload of gems to make sure that you get a copy of Killing Machine 2, and then you're also going to like try to get 2, 3, 4 Awakening copies on that. If you haven't done that with a Stark and Zoma, etc., a few other units, okay? Don't listen to advice that goes around building up one team to never change. Because when you have 10 units that are all basically equally strong, but you're looking at covering different elemental coverages, okay, I mean, there's, like, I'm not going to go in depth, but, like, my one team might not be very strong against this one, but it is the weakest team if I can cover their elemental weaknesses. You know what I mean? So don't just be careful listening to that advice. No, I'm not an arena mastermind, guys. I know, I'm not. I do well enough. I generally don't care. I don't like to take the time. Again, it takes time to be good in arena. I don't just mean beforehand. I mean, you have to actually agonize over every move sometimes. Watch your range. Watch what you're leaving yourself in range of. Paying attention to turn orders, okay? By the way, in battle, you can hit the menu button and then click a unit, and you will see its range, okay, what it can hit. It's not always perfect, but just make sure that you're not miscounting. I've lost a lot of Hellions to Glacial Doom because I'm dumb, okay? Watch what you're leaving in range. If you're going to leave something in range, maybe it's okay if you are going to kill that unit beforehand, but make sure that you can. Or, like, a classic thing for me is Royal Reptile and Zoma. I haven't brought Royal Reptile in a while, but for a while, he was my Zoma counter. But, like, mine's Awakening 3, my Royal Reptile. He can only take out, like, I think a 1 Awakened Zoma in one shot. So, be aware of if your unit is barely taking down a very popular unit, okay? Be aware, okay, if you've got something that can usually one-shot Sorrow, for example, if that Sorrow is Awakened 4, which a lot of Arena pros will do, don't think, like, I always one-shot Sorrow, I'll just march whoever up there, okay? Because when you don't do that, you probably put yourself in a situation where the enemy team is just going to destroy that unit, and that can literally destroy your whole week, okay? Again, not the Arena expert, but if you have questions, comment, and hopefully this video will even attract other Arena champions, people that really know what they're doing, and they will disagree with me on some of these things possibly, or they can answer some of your questions in the comments. Please be afraid, don't be afraid to jump in, and you can always join the Discord. Link is in the description. I'll have a fresh link there, and I don't know, I would tease about offering you, like, secret tips on my Patreon, but I got nothing. But you can join the Patreon to support the channel anyway. Once again, thanks again, guys, and if you tuned in, thank you. Make sure you like, subscribe, Patreon, Discord, links in the description. Good luck in Arena, good luck finishing up the grind, guys. See you later.